What's up? I'm Mike Janela for the New York Mets, and if you're a Mets fan, you know this guy too. It's Tylor Megill, Mets rookie pitcher who's now back in town. Tyler, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Yourself?
Not too bad. We're here at the MLB flagship store in New York City, and we knew when we heard you were back in town, we had to catch up because it's been a minute after this great rookie season, and you've had some time to step back and think about it now. What'd you think? How was your first year in the bigs?
Well, it was exciting. I mean, lots of fun. Great experience. Never thought it would come this early, but I had a great time, and just taking what I learned and just getting ready for the next season.
It came early and it came a little unexpected because you get thrown into the fire thanks to some injuries and stuff. How was that for you? Now that you look back, is there anything you would have told yourself at the time to maybe do different? Because that kind of came out of you from nowhere.
I mean, there's not much I could do with the situation I was brought in. I'm just there and just taking it as I can and just go after it.
So let's break down a little bit of what you went through. I hear so much from talking to different players, certain things that are way different than the minors or stuff you don't expect. What was kind of the biggest surprise for you once you got to the bigs, whether it was something on a day-to-day basis or in a game? What kind of shocked you?
I guess everyone's different with their day-to-day prep compared, I guess, to the minor leagues and just the resources of when it comes to scouting or the technology and just information you're able to get, which helps you out come game time and you're throwing and understanding batters and tendencies and whatnot. So, yeah.
What was the hardest part of the bigs for you?
The hardest part? I mean, obviously pitching to the best of the best, and you have to be able to be on your A game every pitch. And make a mistake, something happens, and you pay for it. So I mean, it's just being on top of your game every pitch, and going and executing the game plan.
Now, my next question, I'm not trying to make it seem like pitching in the majors is easy or that it was really easy for you, because it is the hardest thing I think in the world to do. But was there anything on the other side that maybe came easier to you than you expected, or that clicked really well for you early?
I'd just say going out there and just filling up the strike zone for me at least, just let them, in a way, hit it. I mean, obviously I had a lot of homers, I guess, in a way, giving up, but I mean, just being able to just fill up the strike zone and, not be scared just going after hitters and, hit me, so.
I mean, you end up striking out better than a batter per inning in your rookie year in the bigs. That's, pretty good in terms of that regard and filling up the zone, but that leads me to my next question, I guess. What are some things you want to work on for next year? What did you take away from the season thinking, hey, this is what I got to get after in the offseason?
Just really crunching down on, making those quality pitches and certain counts and, not throwing waste pitches as in like slider off the dish, like nowhere near the strike zone, which is just, it's just a waste pitch. When in reality, you want a good competitive strike the ball or something, that they might chase and whatnot. It's just being aware of the situations and counts and how the game's moving. And I mean, as much as I say fill up the strike zone, like I gotta be aware of the situation at hand and not just throw a cookie or something. And it's just, really try to locate something, so.
We're in this place that's full of more baseball stuff than I've ever seen in my life.
Totally.
In a store, it's insane. Gets me thinking, did you keep anything as like memorabilia from your first year? The first ball, like from your first strikeout or a cap?
Yeah, I got my first strikeout, I got my first hit, first extra base hit, first win jersey, and yeah, I think that's about it. So, I got a couple things.
Actually got a good start to like the little shrine, the little personal Hall of Fame at home.
Yeah, memorabilia.
That's
for
great,
sure.
Man. What about your teammates? You get thrown into this big league club that had a lot of veteran presence on it, and you're the rookie coming up mid-season. Who did you click with? Who kind of took you under your wing? What was that like for you?
Guys took me in. I mean, I couldn't thank them enough for the way they treated me. But Marcus Stroman, he was like big brother. Him and James McCann, they were like big brother for me. So they took me under their wings and really taught me a lot, and I learned a lot from them. I'd always come to them questions and how they've had a long tenure so far in their MLB career. So if I can talk to them and pick their brains on what they're doing, and obviously they have success and are here for quite some years, I want to be able to take that in.
What does a veteran taking a rookie under his wing in the big leagues look like? Are they just breaking things down with you before a game? Are you guys going out to dinner? Are you hanging out in apartments?
No, I mean, more so just, I'm not really the guy to really go out much, but I mean, just, they're very open to answering questions or talking to me and, just really sharing information with me, and some people could be very, like exclusive about all that kind of stuff, but it's really allowing me to learn and gain knowledge from them of their experiences, and they're happy to share that with me. So I'm really blessed that I'm able to be in that situation.
All right, so you tell me that you're not a guy that likes to go out much, but you're playing in New York City. There's a lot to do, right? It's not just going out like, you're thinking nightclubs or whatever, but there's shows, there's restaurants, there's museums, there's just cool neighborhoods. Let's get to know you personally a little bit. What was your first year living in New York City like away from the baseball diamond?
Well, I didn't really do much living in New York. Most part, I was like in a hotel the whole time just because of the situation I was given. So, a lot of people, they have their own housing and whatnot. For me, didn't know how long I was going to stay up here and whatnot. So I was just living from series to series in a hotel. So, and we didn't have a lot of off days. So, didn't get to go out. When I did have an off day, I'd more so just, chill out and just try to recover and keep my mind right.
So is there anything on your New York City bucket list for like next year if you know that you're a little bit more settled?
I have no idea, honestly. For the most part, besides me being in Brooklyn for the season with the Cyclones in 2018 when I first got drafted, that's about the only kind of living I did a little bit out there. So, haven't really got to experience all of New York. Came out here to help out and, do some work, and then, I'm starting to get, I guess, the whole experience in a way and see places, so I'm having a good time.
Good. Well, if you got any recommendations, anybody watching, hit them up. Restaurants or things to do. What about just in your free time in general, whether you're back at home in Southern California or you're hanging out at a hotel between starts during the season? What do you like to do in your downtime? What's fun for you?
Hang out with some friends, video games, hanging out with friends, playing video games. A lot of my friends, I got some friends from hometown, but a lot of friends that I've met are through baseball, and obviously we don't live in the same area. We live state to state, so video games is a great way to connect and stay together. Play golf and do a little bit of fishing. So yeah.
What are your games of choice when you jump on the console?
Probably Overwatch or Battlefield. Call of Duty right now. That's what's hot. So yeah.
All right, good man. Staying on it. That's great. Any movies, TV shows, any of that stuff that you're into?
I haven't watched a whole lot of Netflix. I'm still waiting on Peaky Blinders to come out with the new season, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Last season coming out, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah. That and Ozarks was good. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
All right, good deal, man. I like it. Everyone's got their cue. Everyone's got their list. Right? That's great. So looking forward to the future now. What is coming up next for you, and what's your mindset going into next year? Now that you had your first taste of big league action, of being a member of rotation and being a guy here in New York.
I just got to stay on my grind. Can't stop. Can't get complacent with what I've accomplished. You just got to keep going and trucking ahead. Nothing's ever given for me right now, especially my situation. I'm going to be going to spring training, fighting for a spot, just like a bunch of other pitchers are. So I just got to stay on my grind and keep my head down and just keep putting in the work and hope it pays off.
All right, man. I'm sure it will for you. I'm looking forward to it. You had such a great start to this first rookie season of yours. Excited to see what happens the rest of the way. It is the holiday season now, and your brother made the bigs this year too.
Yeah, I did.
What are those conversations like when you guys link up now over the holidays in the off season?
Just chatting. We're just so happy for each other. We had a goal and a dream being childhood, and we both reached it this year in a way at the same time, pretty close. So talking over, just baseball stuff, chatting, just kind of little conversations. For the most part, we don't really talk a lot of baseball together, just chatting, catching up, just brother love.
Just being brothers, I love it. Well, hopefully one day, maybe you guys face each other in NLCS, and then you end up pushing the Mets through to the World Series. Sure. How's that work? Awesome. Sure. All right, Tylor Megill, thank you so much for the time, man.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and let's go Mets.